Grand Rise, welcome to Tuesday. This is your girl, the Philly Bruja. Hey, y'all, hey. Look at me. I'm being consistent. Just a little bit, just a little bit. Don't hold me to that. Hey, anyways, I'm going to break my goddamn silence, all right? Okay? I'm going to break my silence right now. Talk about break the silence. Let me tell you. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me go ahead and let YouTube send out these notifications. Dat, Grand Rise, Skinny Legs is in the building. See you, G. Anyways, you know that, hey, October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, you guys. You know, I am an advocate for victims against abuse, okay, right here in the city of Philadelphia. Instead of showing your love donations to me, I can redirect you to them. It is on my community board. You can make a donation in honor of someone. Our team is called Team Victoria, okay? Yeah. I'm gonna break something, Henny. Not just my silence, but I want to break my foot off in somebody's ass. Okay, let me go ahead. I'm gonna let YouTube send out these goddamn notifications. Listen, matter of fact, hold on. Where is Oh, god damn it. I'm gonna go ahead and let's don't even look at that. Don't look at that. Because I need this disclaimer really quickly. All right. Uh, peace, love, girl, you in danger. But it's not even gonna be about the peace, love situation. Hold on, 1 second. It's not about that. I'm just using it as a goddamn example, okay? October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, all right? Here go my goddamn disclaimer. Here we go.
My videos and short films are works of fiction. The views and stories portrayed are not meant to offend any party, and if any offense is taken, then that could be a sign of general intolerance. This channel is suitable to be viewed by an audience of any shape, color, form, and size. Your views will be more appreciated than you have ever been in your entire life. No person, animal, or creature of other sorts was harmed during the making of these videos. I cannot assure the same for the creator of these videos, who seems to have lost a few screws. The actors aren't even actors, but their efforts have received critical acclaim from the writer, director, editor, and producer, all of whom happen to be me. In case you relate to a video or short film and feel drawn towards showing that you're a much better human than most people think you are, then hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment and it won't hurt to share. This channel condemns forced ideas and actions, but if you strongly oppose the above, you will be very, very sorry.
Listen, I just wanted to put that disclaimer out there really quickly. Hey, Gated community, welcome. This is a fine Tuesday, okay? You could be anywhere, but you are here with me, your girl, the Philly Bruja. Hey, y'all, hey. We're going to get into this. Now, see, I wasn't even going to do a video today, right? I wasn't going to jump on a live and do y'all, morning quick coffee and chat or whatever the case may be, because I stayed on really long yesterday. But as per usual, I took my ass on over to Hennywise Land, and then that goes down to a goddamn rabbit hole. Okay. Now I don't know much about the young lady over there, okay? But what I do know a lot about is goddamn narcissistic men, and I know about narcissistic people. Let me change that up. And I know what reactive abuse is. That part. Let me play my intro, and then we're gonna let fuck, hold on, y'all. Child cheese.
They call me the oracle. I'm about to make this historical. These questions you ask me rhetorical. Like, who do I be? You know. I am the queen. I'm supreme. You didn't know? What do you mean? Look, they call me the oracle. I'm about to make this historical. These questions you ask me rhetorical. Like, who do I be? You know.
Child, listen. I don't know what the fuck everybody else thought they heard, or other people. Okay, wait. First of all, I'm not even gonna play on the majority of people intelligence like that, because I know some of y'all seen the bullshit for what it was. Right. Did anybody look at that interview last night, and then the after party, and then the comment? Okay, I was catching up on all of that this morning, and then my girl, excuse me, my thing, Hennywise, go talk about stuff. Break the silence. Pennywise, I'm about to break some silence. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Look, I can't even let that motherfucker play all the way out. Goddamn it, I'm about to get emotional and get mad at a motherfucker who ain't even did no goddamn shit to me. Okay, I'm about to pick up the phone and call listen, husband, you ain't did shit today, but I'm in my motherfucking feels. I'm triggered, y'all. I'm triggered. Who is believing this shit? Okay, first of all, I'm sorry. I know my mic is loud. Y'all gonna have to turn your volume down. God damn it. Who that nigga think he playing with? Peace, love, girl. Girl, you in danger. But I'm gonna tell you this: it's too late for you. Okay, y'all, it's too late. We cannot save peace, love, and let me tell you why. Because peace, love is in the stage of love bombing. Yes, she is being loved bomb. So nothing, not you, anybody, even anybody in her own interpersonal circle and all like that. Ain't nothing you gonna be able to tell her like, bitch, you in danger. And I say, bitch, in love. Okay, bitch, you in danger. You are in danger. This motherfucker it has a goddamn, and I don't even know this motherfucker. Okay, I don't even know the story. I'm just, you know, child. You talking about triggered? I'm like, who this nigga think he fooling? I don't know this motherfucker either. Okay, but what I do know is narcissistic abuse. What I do know a lot about is domestic violence, and that is not always physical violence. When they were playing those phone calls, you know what I was hearing? I was hearing reactive abuse. Does anybody know what reactive abuse is? Put a one in the chat. What up, Brandy? Hey, A Love. Did I say hey, Re 215 in the house? Storming. Does anybody know what reactive abuse is? While I'm waiting to see the ones or the twos, okay, let me tell you something. She right now is in the love bombing stage, okay? Then when you are in the love bombing stage, this motherfucker, and because narcissists can be females too, we know some. So this is the part where everything is looks good. They're everything you ever wanted. They are like motherfucking mutants, okay? They will transform themselves to be everything you think you wanted because what they are doing is they are mirroring you. Who you're falling in love with and stuff like that is actually you, okay? This is the part where you're the best thing ever. And guess what? They have you thinking that shit too, right? You're going to be the one that change them because you just that goddamn special. Newsflash, you're not. You are just the new supply. Okay? That's it. That's all. You just a new supply, honey. And that shit ain't gonna last. Look at this motherfucking pattern. If I'm not mistaken, okay, because I can't remember everything verbatim now, goddamn it, because I was like ready to throw my phone across the floor. Like, what the fuck? Because I'm getting triggered too while I was listening to that. And what is this? Wife three, four, or something like that. So all of these motherfuckers was crazy, right? Oh, it's not you. It's not you, right, sir? You don't have a history of bad goddamn behavior, man. Get the fuck out of here. What they do is they go ahead and they will love bomb you, make you feel like you are the best thing since sliced bread. They going, hey queen, you my queen. I'm professing our love to the world. When actually what he doing is fucking with sis, the one he married to. He messing with her mind. He messing with her brain. Okay, he doing shit to get reactions. All right. Peace, love, honey, you ain't gonna be no different. You will be one of them, okay? Because that is these motherfuckers. They got a goddamn what you call it? A disconnect. They are defective, okay? Hold on a second, yo. They are. Hey, Michael Phillips, peace. These motherfuckers got a they disconnected. Something wrong. Something ain't right. Hold on, y'all. One second. God damn it. And so the meantime, hey, Dice, my bros in the house. So the meantime, girl, Brandy, listen. And I don't have nobody in the house right now, y'all. They are off to school. Okay. I am gonna get some work done today. I promise. Hopefully I don't have this too long. But this right here, y'all want to know? Like I love all the spiritual stuff and the spooky stuff, but goddamn it, this right here, I know a little something about. Okay, I know a little something about these motherfuckers, right? This is just how wicked this shit is, right? They will make the person think that they are actually the fucking crazy person when that's not true. These motherfuckers be gaslighting the hell. And excuse me for the colorful language. No, don't excuse me for it. God damn it. These motherfuckers will do this shit. They will poke you and poke you and poke you and poke you until you explode. I got some examples of that I'm going to show. Okay, because when I listened to those messages of him recording her or whatever the case may be, I didn't hear a woman who was malicious. I didn't hear that. You know what I heard? Reactive abuse. I see you, sir. I see you. Okay, I see you. What up, Allie? God damn it, I seen that motherfucker. That my goddamn tingly spidey senses and shit went up. I had to walk out the damn what's her name, Raw B? I'm like, Raw B, what the fuck is you doing? This what? Listen, it's too late for peace, love. She gone. We gotta let her go. She gonna have to go through this shit. All right, because she's the new supply. The new supply always think they fucking special, right? They gonna think I am my pussy's just that fat, okay? My fucking skills is just that fat. My brain is just that big. My head is just that smart. I'm accomplished. Motherfucker, you are the target, okay? Narcissistic people love to target successful motherfuckers, okay? Especially if you're beautiful. Because guess what? They're gonna take your accomplishments too and take ownership of that. They're gonna take that part as their part of their identity. If you notice, motherfuckers who have these kind of goddamn patterns, these motherfuckers have the same type of women. God damn it, it be the same motherfucker. In period, and they will destroy every part of you because what is happening here is the love bombing, right? That's going to happen. You're going to be in love. You're the one that's going to change him because you're just that motherfucker. No, 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 no. You are just the new supply, okay? And eventually you're going to be put back on the motherfucking shelf. You're going to be, what's the word I'm looking for here? You're going to be put back on the shelf, right? They're going to break you down little by little, play these fucking mind games with you. They're going to gaslight you. And then, you know what? You know what a lot of them do? When you lose your shit, then they want to record you because, the whole time they're smearing you. You know that, right? It's called the smear campaign. They running around telling motherfuckers how crazy you is, and this, that, and the other, not telling their part of it. Because a lot of times with these motherfucking narcissistic people, who's buying this shit? I'm not buying it. I'm not going. I'm not going. I'm not going. No. What I heard was reactive abuse, but that's okay. I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all a little story. Okay. Let me see. Do y'all want to hear like the little story time, or do you want to? I want to show y'all an example of what reactive abuse is because that is exactly what I heard last night. That is exactly what Henny summed up for me. Okay, that is a calculating motherfucker. Listen, when you are in the military or you are in law, right? Domestic violence and things of that nature, it is really not tolerated, and you can be discharged for domestic violence. So all of that calling the cops and this, that, and that's just to save his ass. Okay. Story time, por favor. Okay. Yes, skinny legs. What? Oh, okay. So you think they said 3 or 4 times? I'm gonna say allegedly because I don't know this man. Okay, but what I do know is motherfucking narcissist, demonic energy. Okay, nigga, nigga, and they do this. See, right now she's on cloud nine because she thinks she's the motherfucking exception. Let's forget the part about him being married. What the fuck ever. I don't care about that because people separate, get back together, separate, get back together. That y'all know I'm real weird with that kind of shit. But I'm telling you about motherfucking patterns. All right, I'm telling you what I saw and what I heard. All right, hold on, let me see something. Yeah, and she was in the military too. So from what I heard, hey Street. So let me tell you, let me just tell you real quickly, right? So these motherfuckers, right, will have you thinking you crazy. Hey Nessa, having you thinking that you are crazy, you are plumb out of your motherfucking mind. And god damn it, when you finally snap and say enough, them motherfuckers will record you. They will be recording you and making it seem like you're crazy, right? They're gonna tell your family and your friends. They're gonna plant little seeds. Hey, she's crazy. She didn't go on. I don't know what to do. I try my best, and they good at pretending to be victims and shit, right? And I always wonder, do y'all really believe this shit, or is this part of the manipulation? Okay, and they're like, look what I'm going through here. Oh my gosh, and not even showing the whole full picture. You didn't broke this other person completely down. Okay, it is a whole goddamn cycle. These motherfuckers, this is a pattern. This is what they do. They cause destruction in every person's life that they come into because they keep repeating the same shit. It just be different people, but usually those The people that they actually go for all have a lot of things, similar in common. Okay. And when you're the new supply, you ain't hearing none of that shit. You don't want to hear nothing. You don't want to hear anything anybody else has to say because you think that you're the one that's going to make it, make a difference. That's not true. Hold on a second, y'all. All I could say when I was listening to that and listening to the replay, I'm like, I'm not going. I'm not believing nothing that you say. And this isn't a man or a woman thing or anything like that. This is about people with motherfucking personality goddamn disorders, okay? And they will fuck you up mentally if you are not aware of what the fuck you dealing with. Okay, now I don't know peace love, so maybe peace love might be a narcissist too, because then that'll get fun. Okay, narcissist versus narcissist. Oh, that's gonna make for great fucking entertainment for all the YouTube streets. Okay, if that is the case. But I'm gonna tell you what I heard last night with some of the recordings and the the video child, y'all. Ugh, the video that Henny put up, because that's how I keep up with my news and what's going on, because I can't keep up with everything all the time. And I'm just like, he ain't fooling me. He not fooling me. I see you, sir. I see you. It's too late for peace, love. She gone. She gone. Okay. She's gonna have to go through this shit, and I don't know if it's gonna be a couple months. I don't know if it'll be a couple years, but she's gonna find herself in the same position that them other ladies have found themselves in. Okay, it feels great right now. You're in the love bombing stage. Let me show y'all some examples right now, real quick. Of what reactive abuse is. Okay, because I want y'all to make a I want y'all to understand reactive abuse is not really abuse. Okay, it is someone who is lashing the fuck out. And people who are highly narcissistic or very manipulative, they do shit like that and then they get you recorded. Or they make sure other people is around to witness you blow up. And what from the outside looking in, they be like, God damn, what's wrong with her? Or God damn, what's wrong with him? And they don't know that this motherfucker has been, you know what I mean? Poking. And then you explode and you're looking crazy, right? Child boo. I ain't going, sir. I ain't going. And that's a pattern. That's a goddamn pattern. You're telling me 3, 4 motherfuckers before her? It just what? What were we saying here? God damn it! Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna play this shit real quick. Um, give me a second. I'm gonna play this because I want y'all to see this, okay? Because this is exactly what I saw when I was watching. Okay, when I was listening. A lot of it I had to skip through because it was very triggering. Because that is something that I know about. Hold on. I'm like, nah, sir. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not going. I'm not going. Hold on. All right, can y'all see that? Hopefully you can. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna let this play for a little bit because I just want y'all to see the different examples, okay? And I want y'all to realize this is just my opinion. All right, this is just my opinion. But I have seen this pattern because like I said, what I do know a lot about is narcissists. I was raised in a family full of them, okay? Full of men who are narcissists, right? Um Good people, bad partners. Bad partners. You know what I mean? And also, remember I tell y'all the story about my first husband, which that shit was crazy. So one thing I do understand is the thing about narcissism. When I found out, like it was a whole fucking thing, it blew my goddamn mind. I'm like, whoa, so I wasn't crazy. Anyway, hold on a second. I'm gonna let this play for a little bit because I want y'all to understand what in my opinion I witnessed listening to that shit. Okay. This is the love bombing phase right now. She gonna feel like a queen. She gonna feel like she gonna be the one that's gonna change this motherfucker. I promise you. And everything is gonna be going great. And out of the blue, this nigga gonna start changing. No, he ain't gonna start changing. Let me say this: his mask is going to fall the fuck off. Okay, and then she's gonna start questioning herself. And then all kinds of other shit is gonna happen because slowly but surely. And let me tell you something. Okay, new supply. There's always gonna be other supply that they're working on. Okay, They're always looking, hunting, searching for, backup supply, the just in case supply, the put them on the shelf supply. You know what I mean? It's just depending on how much what is it called? It just depends on how good is your supply. Okay? Because eventually they're going to try and ruin you. I've seen people. Hold on. You know what? One second. One second. You ain't, yeah, child, boo. You're not gonna be the one to change him. I promise you that. I put money on that. Okay. It might not happen in 4 months. It might not happen in a year, but I guarantee you it is going to happen. You will be one of those women who has a story about him. Okay. Get the fuck out of here. Hold on.
The empath point of view. And if you don't know what reactive abuse is, it's like when you're a good person, you're good hearted, and you don't, like, the narcissist pushes you to the point where you react out of character. Like, you get out of character, like you scream, you throw stuff, and you go crazy. The narcissist loves when you do that. It's like you get a high from it. It's like you hit a goal, like, okay, I've driven this person past the point of who they are. Now they're going to start questioning themselves. It's like gaslighting, manipulation, all this stuff balled into one big ball of, like, you get pleasure from it. It's like, y'all, it's weird as hell, but like, it's like hitting a goal in life. You're like, gotcha. You really are crazy. Like, we really do say that. Like, you really are crazy. Like, look who's the one. Like, look who's yelling now. Look who's crazy now. Like, you call me the narcissist, you're the narcissist. That's where it begins. Just reactive abuse. It's great.
I hope you call the police. I hate you.
You know, like 5 years ago, if I would have seen that video, I would have been like, oh, this woman is insane. But now, why is he so calm? Why is he so calm? You guys know.
Few comments on that reactive abuse video that literally just give a great example of why victims are not heard. Oftentimes, too, by their own family. Reacting to somebody's abuse is not abusive. Abuse? When you abuse somebody, you're also giving them trauma. Narcissists don't get trauma because you don't fucking like how they treat you. Because you call them an asshole for doing it. Because you literally get so fed up that you fucking finally snap. They want that reaction. That's the abusive part. That's why it's so hard to prove. That's why it sucks so bad for victims. Trust me, I'm the first to fucking know we are not heard. If anything, we're blamed. Because we're the ones showing the emotion. And they're sitting back going, I don't know what's wrong. He would do that shit to my own fucking family. He would fucking get on my ass so bad right before seeing my family. And then say, I don't know what's wrong with her. I just want her to be happy. It's not abusive to say fuck you to that person. At all. I want victims to be heard. I'm tired of them being ignored. I'm tired of them being blamed. Let's change it.
Sensitive and you can't take a joke. And oh my God.
So this right here is a good illustration of reactive abuse, because the can represents the person being gaslighted, manipulated, and abused physically, mentally by the narcissist up until the point where they explode like a soda can. And the explosion is what the narcissist and what other people will focus on, because you get out of character. That's what reactive abuse is, making you get out of character. But other people don't see the circumstances behind why you exploded, behind why you been shaken up and stuff like that, behind why you're screaming and yelling and you're going crazy, something that you normally wouldn't do. But they don't see the narcissist behind the scenes talking to you, screaming at you, yelling at you, gaslight you, and driving you crazy. And reactive abuse will be used against you. They might record you doing that and say, look who's the crazy one. You're yelling, I'm sitting here calm, so it's your fault. And you don't want that tape to get out there, so you getting blackmailed by your narcissist. Stay in your truth. Stay strong.
That is basically, you are a peaceful, kind, loving person. That's all you want. You just want to be in love and you just want to be happy. And these people, they're like, no, I don't want you to be happy. And what they'll do is they will push and push and push and push until you fucking explode and you can't take it anymore. And you go out of character because you're just tired of what they're doing to you. And you start to freak out. You go into almost a childlike episode. That's what happens. You're going back into that inner child because you don't know what else to do. And then they blame you and they're like, look, see, you're crazy. And they act calm and you feel even more insane. Mine used to push me to the point of freaking the fuck out. And he would be like, see, I knew you were fake. All of your followers, your whole YouTube, they should know how fake you are. This is why I don't have a connection with you anymore, because I knew you were this evil, mean, abusive person. And it made me feel like I was fucking in. Reactive abuse doesn't always necessarily come in the form of screaming and freaking out and being pushed to your limits of breaking and anger. Sometimes it has to do with if you have anxiety, if you have depression, if you have abandonment issues, someone knowing that you have PTSD over certain things, anxiety, triggers, trauma. They'll do and word things a certain way to watch you scream, to see how you react. They say things and methodically will do things to induce a panic attack to see if they could get the panic attack reaction. They'll wait for you to cry. And then they'll turn around and say, you know what, you're just so sensitive. I just don't know how to help you. Obviously, I'm doing something wrong. In which you'll turn around and you'll be like, no, I'm just very sensitive. It's not what you're doing. It's me. And you find yourself being manipulated as the one that is now comforting them when they induce the panic attack. This is another form of reactive abuse, and it's evil.
Your narcissist tried to twist the situation back around on you to say that you're crazy. For example, my first narcissist, my college boyfriend, we could be in the middle of an important discussion, and if he felt like he was going to get
I wanted to just pop in real quick and say this. I don't like when people when people use the term my narcissist. It is not your narcissist. Don't claim that shit, okay? That motherfucker is for the streets. Hold on.
uncovered in any sort of way, he would lay down in the same room we were in. He would close his eyes and pretend the conversation was over. Okay, so how is anybody going to react to this? Are you going to say, okay, well, you don't want to talk about it, so we're not? Or are you going to maybe raise your voice and get visibly upset? Well, then when I would do this, he would come back and say, look at me. I'm calm, cool, and collected here, and you're the crazy one. There's a name for this. It's called reactive abuse, and it's a manipulation tactic they use to absolve themselves of any kind of responsibility and provoke you to have this type of crazy reaction, as they call it. Don't fall for it. They're babies that can't communicate.
If I can trigger you, I can control you. That's why narcissists work so hard to learn what makes you happy and learn what makes you sad and learn what makes you confused as well. And that's also why narcissists like to play little games. Like I made a little subtle change in this video so far that you might not even notice, but now you're going to go back and look because I know it.
Let me tell you about these sneaky motherfuckers. Hey, look at Barrel. What's goddamn it? I don't even drink, but send me some goddamn alcohol. Because I was looking at this bullshit and I said, I can't believe this motherfucker right here. I see you. I see you, bitch. I see you. Okay? Listen. These motherfuckers will mutate into the version of yourself, and you're falling in love with yourself, because these motherfuckers they really they can mold and and become the person that you want because they study you. They know your likes, dislikes. They listen to you in the beginning. And they become that motherfucker that you've been looking for your entire goddamn life. You know what I mean? Not knowing that you are opening up the gates of hell with this motherfucker. Okay? It is all a game to them. It is all about narcissistic supply. Okay? Skinny legs, I got upset too, child. Listen, I'm going to let this play out. It is almost over. It is a very sick game. But once you have the knowledge and you realize what the fuck you're dealing with, and like I said, for the homegirl peace love, I don't know her. You know, I've popped in her bushes. Sometimes she seems like a nice young lady, but she gone. Okay, y'all, we can't save her. All right, she's the new supply. When you are the new supply, you're riding high. Okay, you are under the impression that this motherfucker is going to change for you. And this is your soulmate, and I got that good. I got this, I got that, and he's going to change for me. No. Mm-mm. It's not a matter of if. It is a when. When you become just another part of the collection, right? And then you'll probably be on this motherfucker talking about your stories and sharing your testimony and your experiences, okay? And I'm gonna give y'all a little story time after these little clips is over, okay? And then I'm gonna let y'all go. All right, hold on one second.
Is going to affect your brain now. It's all one big game of control, for real, for real. Like literally everything is to try to get control of you some way, shape, or form, to control your emotional state. Because if I can control your emotional state, I can control pretty much everything about you. That's why I'm always saying take your power back, get control of your life, get control of your situations. Because if a narcissist cannot trigger you, they cannot control you. They'll become frustrated with you. They might actually discard you and leave you because you're no longer fun to them. Or you're too strong for them because they can't control your emotions.
When we put a teapot on the stove, we turn it on, the water inside gets warmer and warmer until it boils and the teapot whistles or screams. But we don't negatively label the teapot for doing exactly what we expect it to do. Our narcissists put that heat on us by constantly criticizing, antagonizing, devaluing, diminishing us until we scream. But we're not being abusive, we're being abused. So let's start a movement where we rephrase that word and put more focus on the fact that we're reacting to abuse. Give me your best ideas.
All right, so to sum this coffee and chat up, listen. Once you make yourself knowledgeable about this particular personality disorder, okay, it is your job, right, to know how to deal with it. All right, because if not, you're going to go crazy, right? And then you're going to start thinking that, you're the defective one. You're the one who possibly ruined the relationship, even if this person has a goddamn history and a pattern of doing the same shit to other people. Okay. It's just as simple as that. It's just as simple as that. One of the best examples, quick story time, and I'm going to let y'all go. I even talked about this on the video prior. I have a cousin. He's very much so a narcissist, very much so. And let me tell y'all, when he meet these women, they all have something in common. Successful, beautiful, right? He's the type that actually prefer women with older children out of the house. Occasionally he'll get one who doesn't have any children. But he'll change that right away. He'll go ahead and knock her up. You know what I mean? Because then that's almost like permanent supply that he can go back and forth with, for quite some time because he has a child by you. He'll knock him up. But for the most part, he likes successful women. One thing about my cousin, he's never messed with a hood rat ever. Okay, that's just. I mean, he might fuck them or whatever, but he's never, put them into an entanglement. All right, because they serve no purpose for him. I watched so many women come and go, and when I tell you, he meet these women, he do the same fucking thing. They be gorgeous and beautiful, and he bring them around the family, right? Because he want to introduce you to us and shit. You know what I'm saying? He want to introduce you because this is gonna make you feel special. Like I'm bringing you to meet my family, girl. You are the one for me. This is it. And you know what? The crazy thing is, you guys, the people who have this personality disorder, they really do be thinking that shit in the moment, right? Because it's new. It's like a new cell phone. You know how it is when you get that new cell phone. You're going to put your old cell phone away, because it's did its job, but it's running slow now and it's tired. And now you got this new cell phone. That's new supply. So he would bring these women around. And that was part of the game. And he, he's like, yeah, because she's special to me, y'all. Yeah, we got to be nice to this one. And every goddamn time, the woman would feel special because she was meeting the family, right? She was meeting the family, and that make them think that listen, girl, bye. All of y'all come to meet us. So let me tell you something in regards to the new supply. All right. One day, I walk into my aunt house, which is his mother, right? And I see a girl that I went to high school with sitting on the sofa. Now, we weren't the best of motherfuckers, in high school. She kind of stayed in her lane. I stayed in mine. And I'm like, what you doing here? This is a barbecue. She tell me she here with XYZ. I said, oh, yeah? She said, yeah. Now, this is before I understood what really narcissism is and all that other kind of stuff, because I wouldn't have wasted my time trying to warn her, right? So I said, well, listen, I got to take a ride real quick. I got to go back to my apartment. This is at the time. I said, I got to go back to my apartment to grab something real quick. You want to come? You want to come with me? So she said, yeah, I'm going to come with you. All right, girl, come on. Because, she's trying to get in good with the family, right? So as we driving and I'm telling her, I said, bitch, it really shocked me to see you here today with my cousin. And I said, run. Run as fast as you can because he will try to fucking destroy you. And she was like, no, girl, he loves me. I'm the one. I'm the one. I said, so did every last other woman. They all said that. I said, did he tell you how many kids he got? And she was like, yeah, but it's a different kind of thing. We have a different kind of connection. I said, girl, you don't. I promise you, you don't. So we still driving to my apartment. I'm like, I'm just giving you a friendly heads up, okay? He brings all the women to meet us because that's part of his game, okay? He's going to change and mutate himself into whatever dream guy you have in your head. He's going to become that in the beginning. And because they can't keep the mask up long. They cannot keep it up that long. Eventually it start falling and then you start seeing all kinds of red flags. And I'm telling her this. I say, I'm just giving you a heads up, sweetie. That's it. And I'm like, he's going to literally suck the life out of you. All right. And in between that, he's going to get what he can from you with no kind of regards or anything. You know what I mean? A lot of times he's left women financially fucked up. Okay. But the one thing all the women has had in common was that they thought they was the one that was going to change him. You can't change something that's like a personality disorder. Okay. It's just a cycle. It is a cycle. And so again, Miss Thing, she didn't want to listen to me. And this is the only one of the women who I actually gave a heads up to because she was around my age and we went to high school together. So I figured I'd give her a little heads up. And so I told her and I told her, I'm like, I promise you, you're not that. None, and it's not even a you thing, it's a him thing, okay? So we driving back to the house and she didn't listen to me. She did not listen to me. And she ended up pregnant. He was there for her through the whole pregnancy, all that, because he's still in the love bombing stage, and he's benefit from it, from all that supply, all that good juicy supply, and he did the same exact thing as he did with everyone else. Everyone else. Hey, third world. Third world. I saw you in there, motherfucker, co-signing. I seen you. I seen ya. What I witnessed again last night was reactive abuse. Okay, I'm not saying that old girl is innocent or in any kind of way. All right, because if I'm not saying that she's innocent, I'm not saying his side is completely wrong or her side is completely wrong, either or. But what I do know how to recognize is reactive abuse. Okay, and it'll have a motherfucker thinking you crazy. Period. Well, Brandy, what I learned was not to warn them anymore. I don't waste my time warning them. Every last woman that my cousin, I'm just using him as the example, okay, because he is a full-fledged fucking narc. All right, and hey, ladies, let me tell you, I put my foot in his ass every time. I give him a hard way to go. I love my cousin. I love my cousin to death, but I put my foot in his ass, okay, and I'll get at his neck. Yeah, get the fuck on. You know what I mean? Like I do that because I'm a woman. You know what I'm saying? So I know how this. I know how it feels, and I know what he getting ready to do to somebody. Y'all should see. Listen, when he get with the woman at first, right? They be all beautiful and stuff like that. By the time they get through this motherfucker, all these goddamn ups, downs, gaslighting, um, the the disregard phase, and then you know the gaslighting, and then they leaving you, then they coming back, and they playing these fucking games, and by the time he get through with these people, these women be looking like death. Okay, literally, he has sucked all the life out of them. All right. The devalue stage. That's what I'm talking about. The devalue stage. He come back. I mean, and he's looking just as healthy as ever because he's a goddamn vampire. You know what I'm saying? He didn't already sucked out all the goddamn supply. You're no good no more. You're no good. But the whole time, even when he has the new supply and he's love bombing, he is still love bombing someone else. Okay, he's grooming someone else to take your place when the time comes. Okay, period. I saw you. I synced you. Third world, but that's okay. I still like you. G5. Can a narcissist change? No. No. I don't believe that they can change because changing requires some kind of accountability. They don't even think they're doing shit wrong. How you gonna take accountability for some shit you don't even think you're doing wrong? How you gonna take accountability? And that's if you look in that clip, you got the guy Lee Hammock, right? He's a self-proclaimed narcissist who basically is out here trying to give game to people about narcissism, right? I'm not buying what he's selling either for the most part because I think he's pandering to motherfucking people who has been abused, and that's just that on that. Okay, no, I don't think that they can change. I do not think that they can change at the fuck all. Once you know, get the fuck out and run. Okay, run as fast as you can. But again, if that person is in the love bombing stage, they're not going to listen to you. They're not going to hear anything you have to say at all. And you won't understand it until you become that person. And you will become, you know, victim 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, whatever. Even when my cousin, he got married to this lady. And I told her, I didn't get close to you because it wasn't because of you. I didn't get close to you because I knew what he was going to do. I didn't get close to you because I was going to feel the pain that you're going through. Well, you know, the pain that I knew that was going to come. And I said, it was no point in me warning you, right? Because you wasn't going to listen to me anyway. And I surely know if you're not going to listen to someone who's in his family, you're certainly not going to listen to someone who was actually dealing with him in the relationship, type capacity. You're not going to listen to her. And I know you're not going to listen to me, and I'm his bud. I actually love the motherfucker, okay? Mm-mm. And I told her, I said, I'm sorry you had to go through that. This is the woman that he had married, okay? Had this house built from the ground up, all of this other good shit, and this lady, she was on cloud nine. And then he does what he does, and he do what he do continuously. You know what I mean? And basically fucked her over like he does everybody else. And she was trying to figure shit out. And that's when I told her I never stood back from you because it was you. It wasn't a you thing, it was a him thing. You wasn't gonna listen. Nobody listens, especially when they're in the love bombing phase. So it's no point of warning them. Let me say, hey King Curl, I'm reading this. Let me see. You said why changes? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. King Curl. No, I don't think narcissists, people with this particular people with this particular personality disorder, you can't change because you don't think you have a problem. You can't change because you're not holding yourself accountable. Now, like the guy in the clip, Lee Hammond, I think his name is. He said he's been in therapy for 4 to 5 years or whatever in regards to his narcissism, and this is how he built his platform and things of that nature. I'm not buying what he's selling either, because I have a feeling that he's just using, and instead of using the people maybe in his real life as a narcissistic supply, he's using the people that subscribe to him. That's how I feel. I said what I said. Um, Let me see. Shree was good. Let me see who else is in the building. Wait, let me go back up. Hold up. Yeah, this that dude last night, man. I said, I know the fuck you not. Yeah, And the chick Raw B, she did a good interview, but I felt like it was a little biased. Cause honey, I'm not going. I'm not going. I'm not going. Nope. You don't get the fuck out of here. You and the recordings, all of that shit. I was like, motherfucker. I'm like, yo, this is reactive abuse. Once again, October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Okay, your girl, the Philly Bruja, is an advocate for women against abuse. All right, any kind of love donation you want to show my channel, redirect it. It is on my community board. Send it on over in honor of Team Victoria. Okay. I was just like, uh. They train you, like when you become a volunteer and an advocate, you get training and classes and all this other shit. I'm like, hell, I didn't even need a class for this, because I've seen this go on. You know what I mean? Like in the family. In the family. I was married to one. What you mean? I tell you, this motherfucker. Listen, this motherfucker. No shade, yo. If you listening to this, ex Mr. Brujo, okay, you're an excellent dad. But goddamn it, you was the worst partner ever. This motherfucker, I thought. Listen, I thought I was losing my goddamn mind. Okay, I did until I read about this, and then everything just started clicking, and I'm just like, oh my god, I have men like this in my family. I didn't understand why he kept doing this to the women's, in his life. Like, what is wrong with you? Why are you doing this? And then I end up, getting love bomb child, skyboxes, jets. Oh, listen, honey. And then my ex husband, he had a British accent. Listen, he got a British accent, y'all. Do you know how sexy that is on a black man? Hello, darling. Oh my God, you have to be my wife. Oh, my heart. And he had that beautiful British accent, and I'm like, yes, bitch, yes. Oh, I'm ready. That was part of the game. You hear me? This whole motherfucker was a whole goddamn demon. You heard me? He got me. He got me, child. Let me see. Philly Thurbo asks if you could explain what love bombing is. Yeah, I can. Hold on one second. Love bombing is when. Wait, what? Hold on. I'm so confused as to what's going on here. This is B sector shit. I was minding other people's business, child. But you know how Henny be summing it all up. So I'll usually start my morning off with Henny so I can catch up. Love bombing is when that person is putting you very, very, very high on a pedestal. They are everything that you want them to be. Um, Perfect example. Every morning you are getting the hey big head, hey beautiful, good morning beautiful, sending you roses and flowers and how much they want to be with you, and this motherfucker don't even know you. How you are the one, you are the twin flame, going on trips and vacations, and they are everything that you've wanted in a partner. They want to get fucked often all day, however long you need it. Because I'm gonna tell you, the thing about sex, with but we can say that the sex thing with narcissists for another time, because it's actually just a tool. These motherfuckers don't even really like it. It's just used for their advantage. Anyway, and they get you used to this behavior with the flowers and the trips and the dinners and the dates and the gifts and hey big head, how you doing beautiful, good morning beautiful. A lot of times these people move very fast, you know what I mean, and you're none the wiser, because this person comes off as the person you've been waiting for your whole life. But to the narcissist, this is just a game. It's just something that they do and don't even know why, because again, it's like a personality disorder. Then that new feel, that new car smell, that you know how it is when you get a new car. You got that new car smell, or that new cell phone, when it start wearing and tearing and motherfuckers start showing who they really are and the mask and shit start coming off, then you get the devaluing stage where now the shit that they said that they liked about you or loved about you and what made you so strong is now the shit that they're using against you as to why they no longer, are not in the same place. The whole time making you feel like you the one that might have fucked up. Okay. Let me see something here. But yeah, the love bombing is it's too much too fast. That's why it's called love bombing. These motherfuckers is ready to say I love you in 3 weeks. Bitch, you don't know me. Hold on. Let me see. Let me read the comments. They say, "Oh my God, I'm about to come out of my troll catcher because this is hitting me hard. Skin legs, come to mama, baby." Mm-hmm. You know you're one of my favorite trolls. Yes, come on to mama, baby. Yeah, you motherfuckers talking about I love you. You don't even know me, child. Jeez, let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you this. My first husband, listen, that motherfucker had me at hello. Okay, hello. With that motherfucking British accent, I was like, oh shit. Hey, you know, he was everything I wanted at the time, and oh God, you couldn't tell me shit. So, motherfucking trips, house in Jamaica, all this other good shit. Let's go. You know what I mean? Until the devaluation stage came. Okay, you know, I was all the rage. You know what I mean? Oh, she's a successful black woman, accomplished. Yes, I'm so proud of you, baby. Let's go. Da 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 da. Okay, then that became a problem. You work too much, or you this, or you that. Oh yeah, okay. Well, ain't shit changed. Ain't shit changed. You met me this way, nigga. Yes, they know exactly what the fuck they doing. Hell yeah. But they don't take accountability for it, okay? Because they don't think that they're doing anything fucking wrong. They really do honestly think that the world is doing them wrong. Yeah, okay? I'm like, y'all gonna let this nigga get away with this shit on this goddamn panel tonight? Oh, okay. Okay, it's because your friend is actually the new supply. Okay, that's what's happening. She the new supply. We can't save her, y'all. She gone. I like you, girl, but you in danger. You in danger, girl. Okay, that's it. That's all. Always driving a nice car, wearing nice clothes. Yeah, yeah. Child. Listen, I met like a lot of different celebrities through my ex, because it was always first class everything with him, and it was a lot. It was a lot fast, 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 fast. It all happened so fast, and then pulling out the ring. Will you marry me? With that British accent, yo, I cannot stand British accents now. After that, after years of being married to that motherfucker, and I'm going to go ahead and take out the rubbish. I'd be like, it's the trash. You're taking out the trash. What the fuck? Can you pass me my knickers? You mean your pants? Your pants, nigga. You know what I mean? I'm losing my shit the whole time. This motherfucker's crazy making. And as I'm learning more and more about the narcissism shit, right? I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, yo, are you kidding me? This was my reaction when I'm gonna tell you what he was doing. Hold on.
Boom, bam, bop, bada bop, boom, pow.
This motherfucker was causing me sleep deprivation. And you know why? Because that's the shit that narcissists do. They like to start this shit with the games and the crazy making. And he would come home like 11 p.m., getting off of work or whatever. And I had the new baby. And I would ask him every time, please, when you come home, don't turn the hallway light on, because the hallway light, this is just an example, the hallway light shines directly into the bedroom, into my face. And I'm saying, don't do it, because try to work around it, or maybe go straight to the bathroom, whatever it is that you're doing, but avoid turning that hallway light on so late, because it wakes me up. He would continuously do that shit because it was causing me sleep deprivation, which, honestly, you become cranky and shit like that. You know what I mean? But he was specifically doing that because he knew that eventually it'll get under my skin and I will, snap. They play those games. They play those games. But that is exactly Skinny Lace. They will listen, Stormy, I'm telling you. He had me from hello, goddamn. I'm about to take these drawers off, goddamn. You can here you go. All right. I was like, yep, child. I've had some interesting relationships, okay? He wasn't my first British black person, okay? Um, but to me, he did everything right. He studied me. He studied me, okay? While he was with me, he loved the animals when he first came around. But when we got married, he ain't like no goddamn cats or dogs or none of that shit, okay? All that shit, the mask and everything fell, child. Mm-mm. So that was a hot ass mess, okay? And the women usually react just like you feel. Yeah, listen. So that was a hot ass mess. And so it was blowing my mind because I have already seen women go through this. We're gonna use my cousin as the example because there's been others. I've seen what he's done to women over and over and over again. So you would think I would see the red signs, the red flags and shit like that. Nope, pew, straight over my motherfucking head because I was being love bombed. Okay, I was being love bombed totally. So just like those women who I was looking at sideways for dealing with my cousin, now I'm looking at myself sideways because I'm like, why the fuck didn't I see these flags? Why didn't I react on this shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, what was I missing? What the hell? You feel me? That in G5, that's what I'm saying. Like, I seen this shit on replay, right? In my family. So you would think that would give me the heads up to identify this shit, right? No. So that shit was a whole hot ass mess. Okay? It was a hot ass mess. And I remember the new supply. Let's talk about her, shall we? And then I'm gonna let y'all go. The new supply. This was in the separation phase because I was the fuck done. You hear me? Once I learned what I was dealing with, Philly was out. Get the fuck on. Take you and your British ass back to motherfucking England if that's where the fuck you gonna go. But I'm done. When I tell y'all, I was like 120 pounds. I looked like a human brat style. My head is already big. So imagine me, 110, 20 pounds. My fucking head was huge. I was around here looking like the motherfucking brat styles. And that's how much stress and energy was depleted from dealing with that motherfucker. Now, again, I'm gonna say this. Don't get me wrong. He's a great dad. No problems there. You know. The new supply. Miss Thing, right? Miss Thing apparently was in the picture because, like I told y'all, narcissists, they always have motherfuckers in the wings waiting. They're always grooming someone else. So while all this is going on, he's only telling her his side because, again, they have no accountability. They don't care about any of that shit. They don't even think they're doing anything wrong. So the whole time, he's telling her about the big bad witch, the wicked witch of West Philly, right? He's putting all this shit in her head about me. The whole time, she's not saying, well, what the fuck happened to her that made her, be like that towards you? Because there's a reason. Like, somebody just doesn't become, evil and, evil and just so cold for no reason. There is a reason for actions, okay? There's a fucking reason for that. And he had the new supply thinking that I was all kinds of fucking crazy. Okay, I am a little bit, but not no more than another motherfucker. But I'm just saying, like, he had it thinking that I was crazy. I was the aggressor. I was this, that, and the other, when that couldn't be anything more further from the truth. I'm the one who filed for divorce. I'm the one that said, all right, time out. This is it. We done. New supply. She thought she was it. She's the one. She's gonna be the new missus. And she was, right? She became the new missus. And what I told her was, I said, girl, I'm giving you a warning. And this is what I'm telling y'all. Don't waste your time, really talking to the new supply. It's not gonna work. I said, girl, let me tell you this. From woman to woman, this motherfucker is going to trying to ruin you. All right. Right now, you are believing everything that he says to you about me. He's probably even telling you, I'm the one who's holding up the divorce or something bullshit like that. No, what he's trying to do is hold on to great, good, goddamn supply, which was me, because I handled everything as far as business wise and all that other kind of stuff. I said, what you are about to experience is being his wife for real. Now you're going to get this 100% now because I'm no longer in the picture. I'm done. I said, now you're about to find out who you really dealing with. And I told her, I said, I promise you, ma'am, I'm not telling you this because I want him back. I'm telling you this as a warning. Okay. And I was like, I pray that if something like a tragedy or something like that happens to your family, or you're hit with something major, I pray that you have the family around you and the friends around you to hold you up, because that motherfucker will not. He will make things worse, and he will start doing a smear campaign to people, making them think that you're crazy. Y'all, when I tell you, I did not know I was predicting the future. And she didn't believe nothing I said because she thought I was just a disgruntled ex. I'm just a mad, bitter woman. That wasn't the case. I felt a huge weight and release. I start getting life back into me. I start putting my weight back on, and I start looking happy and stuff again because he was no longer in my space. Like, get the fuck on. And I didn't know I was predicting the future to this woman. Okay. But I knew what had happened in our marriage. When I was going back and forth to court, with the murder situation and things like that, that motherfucker didn't go one time with me because it didn't fit his agenda, right? Because he's a narcissist. He doesn't really, they can fake empathy and they can fake emotions, but they really don't have them. So he didn't realize how bad that was hurting everything, right? And he wasn't the person that was there for me to be by my side, hold me up through that whole entire the murder trials and this, that, and the other. None of that. You know what I mean? And I was telling her, I said, when you need him most, he will not be there. I promise you. This is what I'm telling her. She didn't heed anything I said. She didn't heed anything I said. And I said, I pray that you have a village and a family around you that's going to keep you from basically completely losing it. Okay. Fast forward. Now she's his wife, right? And you know what she told the kids? She said, damn. She didn't tell me this, and I don't need her to. I wish I would have listened. I wish I would have listened to his ex-wife, because everything she said came true. This woman, she lost her child. Her child was killed. This is his stepdaughter now, right? Her child was killed. This motherfucker was not there. Because when you're dealing with a narcissist, they really need you healthy. You know what I mean? They don't need other real life shit happening to you because they want to take all that supply for themselves. Okay, they need all that goddamn energy. So when something major like that happens, they kind of like, what the fuck? Now I got to go find me another, source of good supply here. You feel me? So they're gonna emotionally, they're just gonna leave you over there. That's exactly what he did to her. And she told the kids, she said, she didn't tell me, but the kids, they told me. And it's like, I should have listened to her. She was right. You know what I mean? There is always a reason why someone has that kind of contempt for somebody. I heard that wife on the phone in the recordings, and I'm like, nobody wants to know the reason why, how she got there. Come on, man. Listen. My ex-husband, like he turned that situation and just made it extra worse for her because he was not there for her emotionally, mentally, physically, nothing. You hear me? She had got to the point where she hated him, and guess what? She became me. You know, at the time, I'm not mad no more. I'm not. I'm okay. Like really, honestly, that was a weight that was lifted, and I just felt free. But I couldn't tell her nothing because she was the new supply. And you got to remember, at that time, I still was handling everything, so he got to pretend he was, the full, the full man, the full package. He was pretending. They pretend. They lie. They're not the full package. Okay. You know what I mean? I said, but you about to find out now, you know, because Mama Bruja has exited stage left. But once you realize that you realize what you're dealing with, you deal with that, you deal with them accordingly. Okay. You gotta realize that they gonna try to do shit to poke you and get a reaction. My best advice would be no reaction. That's actually what gray rocking is, okay? I've heard some idiot say something about you gray rock on the sleep. Shut the fuck up. That's not what that means. It's literally showing no emotion. Yes, no, okay. Like that kind of thing. Once you realize what you're dealing with, in order to keep your sanity, you adjust your behaviors accordingly. Because if not, you're gonna sound like that lady sounded on the phone last night. Or you're gonna sound like, if you roll back this red ball that's back, you're gonna sound like them. That's what they want. Any reaction is a good reaction, negative or positive, is a good reaction. I seen all through that, sir. I seen all through that. Okay. Let me say, hold on. How do care about those two? No, I don't care about their situation. Wait a minute. Or do you believe they just want something to talk about? Um, Third world, I don't particularly care about either party, to be quite honest. Um, for my coffee and chat, this was a discussion for me because I've seen it, and I like to give out a little bit of awareness to other people. So for me personally, listening to their situation, I just took it as a teachable moment that I can use as an example that folks are watching in real time. Does that make sense? Let me know if I can clarify that a little bit more. Yeah, because I don't know either party like that, nor do I really, at the heart of it, it doesn't affect me. But I figured I use it as a teachable moment. But yeah, and I did want to use it as an example of reactive abuse. Not everything what you see is what you get, or what you're hearing and what you're seeing. It's not always what you might think it is, if that makes sense. Because listen, there's all kinds of red flags all through that shit. And just the mere fact alone, there was 3 or 4 wives now, apparently, right? Allegedly. I'm like, nah, that's a huge goddamn red flag. Okay. But yeah, I just use it as a teachable moment. Let me look up at these comments here. You can warn people. Yep. You can warn people. Give them. Yep. They're not gonna listen. That's why I said, peace, love. I'm sending you light and love, honey, because you the new supply. So can't nobody tell you shit, and you're just gonna have to go through it for yourself. Let me read the comments. There, she didn't bring it here. One of the exes did. Okay. Let me say. That's how I got reeled in fast. Oh, the skinny legs. And what I know now as love bombing. Yes, love bombing. Okay, yeah, that is a warning, right? That is a red flag. People need to keep their in-house issues in-house and not bring them public. But at the same time, I agree with that to a certain extent. Third world, um, but I think that as a black community, we learn that, and then a lot of abuse and shit be going on. You know what I mean? Because we're being quiet, we're trying to keep our house matters in the house. You know what I mean? So it might negatively affect us by keeping my, like, keep our business in the house, like that kind of thing. So I guess it depends. You know what I mean? For me, witnessing something like this is, it's just like you could just use that as a teachable moment. Um, you know what I mean? You could use it as a teachable moment for other people, for you guys and girls who are dating and things of that nature. You want to look out for the love bombing. I mean, these motherfuckers will put you high on a pedestal and shout it to the world or to the internet in this case. I love her. It's my baby. Oh my gosh, she is the one. He is the one. From the bottom of my heart, it is us. We is we. Until that motherfucker can't hold that mask up no more. Okay. And then you get to see the true them. Right? Anytime somebody meets you or just meets you and they start that shit with the over love bombing, with the doing too much too fast. Okay. That is a red goddamn flag. Motherfucker starts with some I love you. We get week 2. Mm-mm. Mm-mm, sir. You don't know me. Get the fuck on. But if you don't know, you know, you might think you hit the jackpot. Because they saying and doing everything perfect. They doing and saying everything perfect that they know will get you closer into the web. You know what I mean? My my ex-husband, he knew like I liked a certain kind of flower, and he had it on scheduled. So he didn't even have to remember like important stuff because they would automatically come. And that's also part of like the grooming too, because they get you so used to the hey big heads, hey gorgeous, hey beautiful, good morning baby, talking to you every day, all day. So then your body and your mind becomes used to this behavior. You know what I mean? And this in these character in this um part of the relationship, right? So when the devaluing stage come, this is gonna start fucking up your head now, right? Because they ain't calling, hey big head, good morning. They might get back to you a couple hours later. Hey, what's up? Oh yeah, I was so busy, yada yada. Now before, this motherfucker had all the time in the goddamn world, right? He had all the time in the goddamn world. But now you can't keep this mask up. This is a vicious cycle that these people with these personality disorders have, and it can't be cured. The best thing you can do is once you peep game, run. One. What she saying? Talking about you want to marry. Listen, listen, Linda. I had one guy because after the husband, the ex husband situation, you know, it was like that movie. I see dead people, bitch. I was like, I see narcs. I see narcs. Every red flag, I was fucking running. You know what I mean? I had a guy tell me like, we only had went on a couple of dates. He was like, yeah, girl, because you the one. And he was like, yes, I could see having a family with you. Yeah, yeah. Nigga, you don't know me. You don't know me. Okay? He's like, I could see you being my wife. I want to take you to meet my mama. I don't want to meet your mama. Why you acting like that? Because I don't know you. The fuck you talking about? You know what I mean? I don't know you. No, I don't want to meet your mom. We just fucking met. But I could tell you, you you my twin flame. You my twin flame. If you don't get the fuck on, y'all, it's like once you get with like a goddamn higher level narcissists and shit. I don't know. These motherfuckers out here think you food. Okay, the other little narcissists, the little malignant. I said malignant. I didn't say malignant. The malignant narcissist. Okay, and then you got the mid range, the upper range. All of them up. They can sniff your ass out. Goddamn it! This is when you take a step back and you do some healing. From the inside out, right? So you can get off their goddamn radar, so they can't smell it. It's like water. It's like blood in the water. Okay, and sharks are swimming. They gonna feel it. They gonna sense it, and they gonna try to move in. Child, listen. I don't miss date. I don't want to have to ever date again. Okay, because it's just too much weeding in and weeding out. Um, remember I was at court, right? So I'm at court, and this guy, he was there for court too. I'm on the other side of this whole thing, y'all. He was a cop. He is a cop. And of course he's at court doing his thing as well. And you know what I mean? He made his move. Well, I'm single. Okay. Right. When I tell y'all it was red flags from the door, and this is how I knew, right? So after court, I'm leaving, And he calls me. He calls me right away. And he knew me. Okay. He was like, I seen you when you was coming through the door. He's like, you a successful sister. He's like, I bet you driving in a luxury car right now, aren't you? And you're going to your house, and that shit was scary because narcissists, they are fucking, yo, this is how diabolical. He knew who I was because I was his type. And I'm just looking around like, is he watching me? Is he following me? No, because he had to go and testify for some other shit. And I'm like, looking around like, what the fuck? He was like, and he nailed it. He nailed it down to a T, who I am, because I was his type, right? When I tell y'all, this man was trying to shower me with a whole, but this shit only lasted 3 weeks, okay? Because I was not here for the bullshit. I had just come out of the divorce. I'm like, ain't nobody got time for this shit. I cut it right off. I said, I can't do this. I cannot do this. It's too much. You're trying to make me meet your family. I don't know you, okay? And I'm like, you have a type because you nailed a whole lot of things about me. And you didn't even know me. This was after an hour of us sitting. They have this room in a courtroom. If you guys don't know it, if you've never been on the other side, there's a holding room on the other side for the attorneys and the police officers and such things of that nature on the other side. By the way, off topic quickly, do you know that in that little room, okay, we watch the YouTube videos, the TikToks, because it's a lot of time is hurry up and wait. Okay, you see, motherfuckers be they be telling themselves a whole lot. Okay, y'all gotta stop putting everything on social media, goddamn it, because we in a whole other room cracking the fuck up too. Okay, anyway, that's neither here nor there. These motherfuckers self-incriminate themselves on social media all the time. Anyway, so he only knew me for like an hour or two. You know what I mean? Because I know when I walked in, because I told you I'm my own cheerleader. You know what I mean? So I got my suit on. I'm very, because I'm in professional mode. I was there for work, and I know just my very presence. You know what I'm saying? Was like, oh shit. But he was the one who actually, you know, tried to make his move. But he ain't know. I done been there, done that. I done learned my goddamn lesson. Okay. I had to cut it off because he was just moving too fast, and he was trying to make me meet his mama, and he making plans, future plans. To stop. It's only been 2 weeks, and see, I don't fuck around. Don't get me wrong. Now, my sister's a cop. I told you that before. I got a couple cops in my family. Um, I had to cut that shit off because I know y'all can do some shit and get away with it. Okay, all right. Because I'm only related and I can get away with some shit. So I said, nah, I can't take the chance of this motherfucker. You know what I mean? Becoming on some stalker type shit. But I picked up the narcissism in him right away, right away, right away. And I just said, nah, I'm good. It was just too much, too fast. It was very smothering. Now, had I not had gone through what I had went through with my first husband, I probably would have been flattered. You know what I mean? I would have been very flattered and like, oh shucks, guess who found love? Oh, no, it was actually fucking terrifying, right? And so I followed my gut and I kept it the fuck moving. That blew his mind because he wasn't used to, people rejecting him. But he got over it because I'm sure he had others, and thank God I have not seen him. I haven't even seen him at court. Well, now since COVID, a lot of it is done over Zoom. Matter of fact, I have to go soon. Let me read these comments. Philly Bruja, do you think that narcissist behaviors is more potent now due to how easily accessible people are? Yes. Using narcissists use social media, all of them, plus the dating apps and things of that nature, like a motherfucking supermarket. You hear me? Okay. They are slithering through these goddamn portals like the snakes that they are, picking out new victims. Always. Yes, it's much more easier now for them to find new supply. Let's say Sway took one of those flows for me to be able to read these men. Yes, honey, read these men instantly. And there are women narcissists too. Let's call a thing here. So I don't know peace love like that. So she, well, let's just say for instance, let's say she's a narcissist. So you got narcissist versus narcissist. Oh, buddy, that's gonna feed the streets, honey. Woo, this is gonna be entertainment. You hear me? Because it's gonna get funny. No, not funny in a good way, but goddamn, we gonna see some shit. If she actually happens to be a narcissist too, woo, ooh, mm, good entertainment, baby. It says, do you think some people just attract the same type of woman or guy all the time, especially if that's the type? Definitely, Bruja. Do I think people just attract the same? I think that we do attract the same kind of people if we're vibrating at the same level. So let's say, for instance, if it's the best way I can put this, if I never learned from my divorce and I never did any kind of healing and therapy and all that other kind of stuff, um, I think because you got to remember, I started trying to date too early, I think. So I was attracting the same energy. You know what I mean? Because I was still in the same energetic kind of place. So, again, people who have narcissistic personality disorder, it's kind of like sharks, like they can smell the blood in the water. So because I wasn't healed all the way, I was in the process of it. I think I attracted that same energy because I was still kind of in that same place. Does that make sense? Yes, Amber Heard is definitely one, but I also think Johnny Depp got some shit going on him too. Let me say. So, I don't think I started attracting different types of energy until I actually changed myself, and then I was very adamant of following my gut. Um, any kind of red flags and shit, I would just listen. You talking about ghosting somebody? Oh yeah, that's right, y'all. They'll start ghosting you too. Okay. Even if y'all live together, you will get ghosted, right? Or the silent treatment. This shit is just fucking insane. They do all that shit. Hold on, y'all. Let me check my messages. I didn't realize I've been on here this long. Hold on. Okay. Let me scroll up here. Yeah, I didn't start I started dating too early after the divorce. So I was still vibrating at that kind of, level. Let me see. So now I read Bohemian. Listen, once I started empowering myself and healing and stuff like that, I'll cut that shit right off. Nope. Nope. I don't even have to offer a why. And I already told you how I feel about closure. I really don't need that shit. I would just stop talking to said person because they already gave me too many motherfucking red flags. I'm gonna pay attention on how you behave with the other people in your life. I'm gonna pay attention how you talk about your ex-wives or your ex-girlfriends, or I'm paying attention to all of that. You know what I mean? And to me, if they trying to make themselves out to be the victim 100%, all the time, that's a red flag. I'm just gonna cut it. I'm speaking past tense, y'all. I just cut it the fuck off because you're full of shit. You ain't holding yourself accountable for anything. Um, Constantly trying to talk on the phone and any kind of red flags like that. When it's just too much, too fast, just run. Don't waste your time. Hey, Grandma, wasn't it your birthday? I think it was. Happy birthday if it was. You know what I mean? If they doing too much, too fast, run, run. It's a setup. They only setting you up to fuck you up later on, okay? And I've seen people in relationships like this for years, decades. I think that the good thing now is that a lot more people are getting, hip to the game. Because do you know how hard it was to prove narcissistic abuse up until recently when it came down to domestic violence? Did y'all watch P Valley? Y'all watch P Valley? That is one of my guilty pleasures. You remember when the girl got locked up, and we all know because we watch it on TV that her her man or whatever was beating her ass and she was in a domestic violence situation, and then she wound up getting locked up for domestic violence, right? It's only up until recently where people started taking reactive abuse into the equation here. Okay, like that is a thing. Let me see. Exactly. This is Bohemian. Exactly. I had to tell one, I am not the one you can dog. Right. Because I'm going to start asking you. Yup. Asking you questions. What did you do? Exactly. Let me tell you. When I was married to the first one, right? Um, I didn't want to hear shit. I didn't want to hear shit he had to say about her. Right? I don't know. It just never sat right with me. You hear me? It never sat right with me. I remember seeing he had a big stab mark on his arm. She almost killed his ass. And he was like, yeah, because she was I said, nah. I said, she stabbed you with that knife for a reason. Okay. Little did I know. I never judged her. I never thought anything about it. Um Hold on, is that somebody in my door? Never thought anything about it. I just never judged her. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. I'll be right back. Sorry, one sec. All right, Katie community, I gotta wrap this up. It was wonderful talking. Well, one-sided conversation. I'm just, child. I can't. Okay. No, I'm not going, sir, Mister, whoever you are. All right. Nope, I'm not going. I'm not going. This is bullshit. I know what y'all think y'all heard, but I know what I heard. Where is Evil Auntie Cookie at? Can you go ahead and do a breakdown of that, please, Evil Auntie Cookie? Where are you? Hello, hello. Come on in and please, can you review this shit for me? Right? Yeah. Okay. Um, I'm not going. No. Mm-mm. What I heard on those recordings was reactive abuse. All right. Him sitting there like him is so innocent. Him so sweet. Him didn't have 3, 4 goddamn motherfucking marriages. At what point do you realize you realize that you're the fucking problem here? Okay. They don't. They never do because they don't know that they're doing anything wrong. They can't hold themselves accountable for shit they don't think they're accountable for. They don't hold themselves accountable for anything actually. There's always a reason. There's always something else, someone else that, caused them to whatever the fuck. That's like childhood trauma shit. Okay, I still to this day I don't know if these motherfuckers is born or made. All I know is when you know the signs and shit like that, realize that you have the power to stop it and to take your power back, and don't let that motherfucker turn you into crazy Sybil and shit. Okay, talking to yourself and got motherfuckers thinking you crazy because they didn't already smear campaign your ass. All right, because that's exactly what I saw too last night. Yeah, I saw that and I'm not going. Yeah, once you realize and once you know and you see these signs, I'm telling y'all, I don't care how cute they are, how successful they claim to be, because that usually is a fucking lie. Okay, they're usually pretending, right? They're lying. They're living off of somebody else usually. Okay, they're not as successful as they want you to think, right? Then by the time you find out, okay, you are ready to do supply, and he or she is using your shit as their success too. Now, you see how this goes. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is love yourself, right? Love yourself enough to go ahead and recognize the signs. Whatever is that feeling that you're having, run, bitch. Okay, run, bitch. And I say bitch for men and women, run, bitch. Okay, so that's all I can tell you. All right, I ain't got no. This ain't no heads up for peace, love, or anything like that. I'm just making this a teachable moment for the motherfuckers who actually come over and check me out. You know what I mean? I'm just giving you this. This is what the fuck it is, and this is in my opinion as well. Okay, because I've seen it. I've seen it. I've lived through it. No, I'm not going. Mm-mm. And I'm just using it as a teachable moment for everyone else, male and female, because narcissism and shit like that, they come in both genders. Same loving, what is it? Same gender loving relationships too. Okay. But it gets really sticky when you got a narcissist and a narcissist. Okay. We gonna see what happens. You know, this should be like Telemundo and shit, telenovela. All right. Hey, ay, Dios mío. That's how I be looking. Anyway, let me see. Yes, I want you all to have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your day. Um, hey, Godspeed, Miss Peace, love. Okay, Godspeed to all the people that is going through this particular kind of abuse. Like I said, it's a good thing that nowadays it's being recognized more. You know, child. When I heard those recordings, I was like, "You motherfucker, you motherfucker." Like this is reactive abuse. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. Henny, you talking about some break the silence? Goddamn it, I broke the goddamn silence today. I've been in this motherfucker too long. Hey, I'm out.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks. Don't mind me. I'ma just grab my stuff and leave. Excuse me, please. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Nope. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Alright then. I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I don't really care. I'ma get the fuck up out of here. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Remember, stay sucker free.